I got another cheese press.
Oh my god. I wish you could see what this fish was doing on my screen right now. Holy God!
What the hell was going on right there? That was really weird. What? What? Bro.
Okay. Good. Okay. 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 Yeah, go for it, because... Here we go, we're out. Doo-doo. Okay, that wasn't half an hour, that was more like half a minute, but still. Like, for instance, these guys right here, now that I'm out here, like, they're...
What's up?
Oh. I'm not on the game window, so... Wow, that was weird. It was not... You know what I think it was? It's like, I was like, it's not... It wasn't accepting my controller inputs, but you know what I think it was? I think it had sat on the screen long enough for it to trip the amount of time needed to fade into the video again. And I was trying to push buttons, and it was, like, in the process of doing that, so... Anyway, so we've got the Violet Cherry Blossoms, and yet another one. Like, let's see, Violet Cherry Blossoms with hatchets. We can do that. Fuck it. How many more of these do we have? Just, 6 more after this one, actually. That's gonna be a no from me, dog. I swear my sinuses always go into overdrive whenever I'm trying to stream and play video game. What? Excuse me. This Kanaki GG cheated twice. I definitely zipped out of that spot and still got hit with that. That was some next level horse shit. Bruh. That's cool. I'll just super armor right through the Kiyoki. Who cares? I kind of figured that was coming. That's why I just stood there for a second. Okay, we'll do these until we're full up on Ochoko Cups. Itsu. Ah! Yeah, whatever, dude. Ah, hello? You know what's funny? Actually, it's not very funny. I don't like it at all. But like, I went to bed with some extreme sinus issues as well. That's probably, honestly, I'm trying to think, like, you know, if I was trying to be, like, a long-term fan of me and whether or not I would be able to tolerate that. Because, like, man. Oh, we're done with those, alright. My sinus issues are pretty much always present, and I like when I mention that it's something that I'm like actually like not comfortable with my with the, you know, like the noises that I am constantly having to make, but there's really nothing I can do about it, right? When I mention that I'm not, you know, that I'm self-conscious about it. I am often told that other people don't even notice it until I say something. And I cannot imagine that. I can't imagine that because, A, when I watch back my own content, I definitely notice it. Yo, what's up, Keone? But, I also noticed that other streamers don't tend to make, you know, to have this type of issue. I deflected that nerd's rock, and he fell off and died. What am I up to? Oh, you know, the usual, just grinding out missions with random weapons. Karaoke? Oh, yeah. I use it all the time. You've probably seen me use it all the time. Like, most of the really, like, the greatest things about karaoke is that despite being a transform, it is a very, very fast transform. But it can also slip grabs. It's low cost to use, it's only 5. And that helps out a lot. Also, it utterly shreds enemies that flinch backwards, so like, Lightning Gods of Yomi, Tateyaboshi, when they're out of key and you hit them, they flinch backwards. Which means that, like, the traveling, like, if you hit them here, the traveling shockwave moves with them. Well, not at the exact same pace, but close enough. And, yeah, that helps it really, really shred. Now, there are some enemies that karaoke doesn't do that great against. That are kind of surprising. Like, for instance, karaoke is a good... good. Excellent. Karaoke is a good, like, group annihilator, but the problem is that a lot of the kinds of enemies that you see in groups the most are also the kinds of enemies that, for whatever reason, karaoke's not great against, like skeletons. Couldn't tell you why, but he's just not good against skeletons. I think it's because they got a tiny hitbox, in terms of, like, thickness. And they don't flinch towards the shockwaves that are going past them, so. Whereas, not like you need it, but Gaki definitely do. They definitely flinch in the same direction as the shockwave, which is very useful if you're getting swarmed with a bunch of those. But another thing that's really great about karaoke is that he can't be grabbed. So a lot of the time, like you've seen me play, I'm really like I'm aggressive to a point to where it's almost unhealthy, right? So if I'm in the middle of like a big combo and a grab is about to come out, I have now built up the muscle memory to just do karaoke to avoid getting grabbed. Have some bird. He also hits way harder than he should. If I'm honest, he's stronger than he should be. I would probably tone back his damage a little bit. Oh, also his tracking. That's another thing. So if like you notice that I casted it just now when Suiki like spun to the side. And Kidioki did a really great job of just following her. And that is a one of the biggest deviations between Kidioki and Magasu Warrior, because like they are functionally very, very similar. What buttons, please? But Magasu Warrior doesn't track worth a shit. Like if you cast Magasu and the enemy is in this direction and they jump that way, Magasu, while it's casting, will slightly turn towards it, but it will never make the full turn. Whereas if you cast Kidioki at an enemy that's over here, and then the moment that you cast, they instantly react by dodging that way, while you're transforming, you will perfectly track. And the hit waves are the shock waves are relatively wide, so they're still going to catch the thing that jumped away a little bit. She gonna fall? No. Yes. There's probably more that I've forgotten. See, that we've discussed before that, like, when I was, like, extolling the many, many virtues of Dweller, and good lord, are there a lot of virtues of Dweller. One thing that is very, very easy to do is forget how many wonderful uses it has. Kidioki doesn't have that many uses, in comparison to Dweller. But enough that I guarantee you that I've forgotten something. Oh, it's affliction rate. I think that we've discussed using him for paralysis strats before. And it's because his affliction rate is through the roof, and also his waves do not interrupt paralysis when the waves are the thing that caused it. Which is unique, because Magasu Warrior, again, a very similar soul core, also has a ridiculously high affliction rate, but his subsequent waves do interrupt paralysis. So, if you were to use Magasu Warrior to paralyze something and the first 3 waves paralyze it, you can't prevent the 4th wave, and it will hit the paralyzed enemy. And now, the fact that they're paralyzed means that they're going to take extra damage from that 4th wave, but typically you want to do more with paralysis than just get a single, slightly stronger hit. Thank you. Point. Wait, what? How did you miss me? Have some bird. Because I don't know which direction you're going, and there's... So the reason I didn't use Karaoke right there was because there were too many walls around me, so even if she does flinch backwards, and she does... By the way, her tail goes through the wall right there. So basically what would have happened is if I'd used Karaoke right here, and Nioh's right here, right? So what's going to happen is she's going to flinch back to the wall. Now, her tail exists on the other side of the wall, and funny enough, Karaoke is one of the few soul cores that you can use where the shockwaves hitboxes originate through the ground. So any shockwave that's like that would originate on the ground where there's a wall, those shockwaves don't exist. They don't have a hitbox at all. But shockwaves that appear on the other side of the wall where there is no obstruction would still have a hitbox. Her tail is long enough that it would be on the other side of this wall, but probably 2 of the shockwaves would not actually hit her. And the same thing would be true in this direction. This is a full solid obstruction, so if she had dived this way, I probably would have hit her only once. If she had dove this way, then it would have been really, really useful, but again, over here, full solid obstruction. Though, how much of this is an actual wall in terms of, like, how hitboxes are concerned is, like, honestly, any large-scale texture like this, there's no telling. So, Taremoke does very, very little damage. It's almost entirely a key damage scenario. But it is a very useful entirely key damage scenario because it's very, very consistent. God damn it. Well, there she goes. That feel when I am way more effectively knocking her down than I would have expected. See, she was winding up for a grab, so I instinctively did Karaoke when she was about to lunge forward. What weapons are difficult to learn? Honestly, I personally don't think any weapon is particularly difficult to learn except for maybe Switchblade. And it's because, like, in order to get... Well, I mean, okay. Look, if you're gonna run Arc of Chaos all over the place, then this weapon is very, very brain dead. But let's pretend that we're not all a bunch of wieners, right? And say that we're actually going to use this weapon as a proper weapon. In order to get good with Switchglaive, you need to get good with doing 2 things. You need to get good with constantly changing what stance you're in, because the stance transition attacks are peak. And you also need to be good enough to watch your... Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, let's say I'm having a pretty lengthy fight with something. I'm over here doing my stance changes, but then my ki gets really low, and I need to transition into this attack so that I can gain a lot of ki. Because, like, you can see how quick it is that you just run out of ki. But if you do, like, a little charge on this, and then you can transfer that into some shit. But, like... It takes some time to learn how to do that. So basically, when you're doing all of these stance changes, it's good to, like, realize that you have an opportunity to do this. And just make sure that you're peppering in your... it's basically your sheath attack, it's your block B. So it's the same thing as, like, your Night Rain or your EI or your Sign of the Cross. It's that input, but putting in a tiny charge of that every so often. By the way, the same thing is true for Sign of the Cross or the EIs, is that when you do baby charges of those, you actually gain more ki than you lose. But, like, other weapons, I wouldn't say are like, I don't think any of the other weapons are hard to learn. I would say, like, the trickiest part of learning any weapon is like, getting yourself to really test each of the attacks and, like, genuinely evaluate them properly. Because, like, for instance, I'm gonna tell you this right now, these kicks are a god tier attack. I mean, if you've seen me use the fists, I do these kicks all the time. I pretty much never finish it with that final, like, backflip kick that is on the end of this, but I am doing these constantly. Having said that, the other attack on this input that I see an awful lot of people use this Archer's Impact shit, and Archer's Impact is not good. Now, look, if they had implemented PvP in this game, Archer's Impact would be great, because that dash back is not just you moving quickly, it actually has iframes. But if you were going to try to use those iframes in an actual combat circumstance against, you know, just random enemies out in PvE, right? You're really not going to be able to time this properly because it's a hold triangle attack. And because it's a hold triangle attack, like, you'd have to have, like, there's an amount of time that you have to hold the button, like a number of frames, right, that you have to give up. Those are not forbidden, what am I, those are sacrifice frames to the altar of the hold triangle attack that you're trying to do, right? And so, like, when you're trying to react to an incoming attack, you'd have to predict the attack coming in early enough to react, and then give up those frames that lead up into the attack in order to, like, adequately use this on, like, the only time that you're really gonna use those iframes is if you know the attack is coming way in advance, in which case you probably could have done something smarter with that. Now, if this is something that you could just break out of whatever you're doing and you could just pop off with those iframes, then it would so be worth it. But in the meantime, Kick Cycle just chews up ki. It just absolutely shreds ki. But I see an awful lot of people using this shit. I see an awful lot of people and I know why, because it looks flashier. And they assume, like, oh, I'm gonna get those iframes, I'm gonna get that dodge. That dodge is gonna help out a lot, but then, like, people don't really focus on whether or not it's actually helping. And there's, like, a lot of examples. Oh my god, there's so many fucking moves right there. There's a lot of examples of that kind of stuff throughout, like, the different weapons. Trying to think of another one that... Here's an example. So, not Radiant Moon. Radiant Moon is fine. Ish. Guardian Cloud is basically Rainbow Ruse. Side Splitter. Side Splitter is not as good as people act like it is. And I see an awful lot of Side Splitter use. And, like, even like Slick Panda uses this, but I know with Slick Panda it's not because he thinks it's the more effective attack, it's because he thinks it feels cooler. And at his skill level, you can go with what feels cooler. It's fine. But like when I see people using like changing ways, like this looks dope as fuck. It's actually not that effective. There's like you can get an awful lot out of roar power. Granted, not in every circumstance. It's a niche circumstance attack, but this is like never useful ever. I've found 0 circumstances in which this is the optimal thing to do. The same thing is true about, well, I mean, not necessarily, but I mean, roar power is definitely where you would want that. Shockstopper is shit, but I never see anybody use it, so who cares? But yeah, it's realistically that's always going to be the biggest trick to learning a weapon is to actually figure out what weapon or what attacks for it are the best weapon or bleh, the best attacks to use for that weapon. But actually learning how to use them once you have that shit figured out. Yeah, genuinely, I think the only one that's actually difficult to learn is Switchblade. Like, I mean, you could argue that the Odachi is equally complicated for its stance change finishers, but I honestly don't think that any of those stance change finishers are actually good. But I mean, like, there's also, like, the reality is that different people vibe with different weapons, right? So, like, I mean, someone could tell you, as an example, someone could tell you, man, the sword is really hard to learn, but you might not have had that experience. You might be like, I don't know, the sword is what I started with, and it seems pretty simple. Like, funny enough, there's a great example of that in God Hand. There's a boss called Dr. Ion, and Dr. Ion is, like, objectively one of the easiest bosses in the game. And the reason for that is because he literally cannot block. All he can do is just stand there and soak up damage. So literally all you have to know how to do is dodge attacks. That's it. And his attacks are pretty boilerplate simple to dodge, but there's like... It's weird. There's only 2 types of people that play God Hand. People that have no trouble with Dr. Ion at all, and people that just can't figure him out, period. And it's probably because he's so different than everything else in the game. He's just made out of super armor and never blocks. But people look at combat very differently. God, that was a very, very, very long answer. Oh, wow. Okay. I'll tell you one thing that's kind of difficult to get used to doing with the hatchets, though, is knowing how to do this attack backwards. Because, like, if you just hold back when you do it, then you get, like, a mini hop forward. But if you input it to the side and then hold back, then you can actually do it while moving backwards. Karaoke on karaoke violence. Oh wow, I did not expect that to kill. It wouldn't dodge for some reason. Spooky. Bruh. That's not what I meant to do. What? I mean, thankfully. Oh, I was already full anyway, because I just picked up a core. Bruh. Ah, come on. Oh, by the way, here's a real quick double hatchet backstab. Boink. He actually does. You know what's funny? This is called organ version, but realistically, I feel like there's an awful lot of xylophone and not so much organ. You know what else I've run into in video game OSTs is like running into a bunch of different tracks that are called instrumental, and them motherfuckers still have lyrics in them. Break it. Thank you, sir. Oops. Ah, my buttons didn't do anything. Ah. Oh yeah, Kidioki's really, really, really good for healing as well. Oh, okay, cool. God damn it. We just had some humanity sprite on humanity sprite violence. A duel of darkness. Later, buddy. Okay, now what was the other Twilight mission? Cursed Castle Ruins. With the Switchglaive! Hell yes, I'm for it! I fucking love using the Switchglaive. Now look, Switchglaive isn't my best weapon, but I fucking love it, dude. I love it. It's so fun. Sit down, bitch. No, what did you get? Hellish Hag. Really? Are you the same guy? What about it? I'd say Tonfa was harder to learn in the first game than in this one. Because in the first game, Tonfa's tracking was super shit. I mean, it was still a powerful weapon just from the nature of what the Tonfa is, but Christ, its tracking was bad. Reminder, this is the enemy that killed, I'm guessing, this person too. Oh no, that one got bodied by the Dweller, excuse me. Oh man. It's over. That's another thing that makes this weapon kind of hard to learn, is that Focus Strike takes way longer to charge up than normal, so getting used to, like, when it's going to be correct is actually kind of difficult. Because, like, a lot of other charge attacks in this game they're pretty samey. Oh, whoops! Wow! I blanked on that entirely. That's gonna be a no for me, buddy. Yeah, it's probably already over. And he had a Scroll of the Damned. Well, I'll be damned. How? I ain't worried about you. That key management is way easier with Shinasuhiko. And it's like one of the main reasons that I was running Shinasuhiko is because it makes Switchblade that much easier to actually deal with. But you know what I should do instead? I should just get good. I've admitted it on stream dozens of times, but I will continue to admit it. When I watch other people play this game, one of the main things that I judge other players on is their ability to control their ki. Because key management is, in my humble opinion, a fine art that should be respected. When I see players just like willy-nilly running their key all the way down to nothing on a regular basis, like Jesus Christ. As if you so much as step on an unexpected pebble, you're gonna go down. Dweller on dweller violence. I think we still need some Ochoko Cups, so let's do our thing. Yeah, that's over. PvP in Nioh 1 was apparently super horrible trash, and I say apparently because every attempt I've ever made to engage with it, literally nobody was there. And I can see why, because, like, PvP in this game, let's be real, it would be a fucking disaster. And it's funny because there are certain attacks that different weapons have that you can tell, like, this was designed specifically for a PvP environment, and then that just never played out. This is over. Why is he migrating to that side? I mean, he's dead, but... But yeah, I tried. I was curious. I mean, there's also a reason why they abandoned adding PvP to Nioh 2, because like it was planned. And they just never did it. Oh. Oops. These goddamn... What? Sir? Stop it. I deserve it. God, that shit is way too strong. Bro, look, I couldn't even see what I was doing in that shit shredded. I mean, that's when you can tell that the potential of a weapon is just out of fucking control, is when you can just shred without even thinking about it. That's gonna be a no for me. Go ahead and fire that off, because we're here. I love how she like... Though, let's be real, I think if you're standing right next to a cannon about to fire, I don't know how much good covering your ears with your hands is gonna do. I mean, like, I guess it's better than nothing. Ow. That's another thing I don't see nearly enough people do in this game is like if you're rolling a purity weapon or you have ultimate strength. I have both of those things going on, but when you block stuff, you can key charge from the key that you lose by blocking. Which also means that when you block stuff, you can do a quick sheathed attack. And I don't see nearly enough people... in fact, I'm not sure I've ever seen anybody else block something into an EI, or a Sign of the Cross, or Night Rain, or... I don't even know what this attack is called. It's just weird to me that, like, such a good, strong option is never used. Oh, what the fuck, man. His stupid grab hand was out of view. What? What? Why is his HP so low? That cannon could not have possibly done that much damage. Literally blocking game. I took a face full of rocks because the game didn't want to prop it. I know what it is. I forget this every time. And it like, my brain doesn't, like, translate that into, remember next time, idiot. And this is over. Oh, by the way, if you've never seen one of these get deflected, it's pretty fucking silly looking. Like, it's real silly looking. It also doesn't do you any good whatsoever. I no idea where the hell those are going. Fucking hell. Oh. Man, I love killing a Snack Neck before he can even transform. What are you up to, man? Also, I won't lie, it's real fun to have, like, certain soul cores that you can just throw at the slimes, and you can just expect them to go away. That's always a good time. Why does that do so much damage? Even when you don't charge it worth the shit, it does way more damage than it should. That's one of those attacks I'm not entirely certain if charging it makes it any stronger or if charging it only gives it more range. By the way, I didn't notice there either, so I mean, I don't know. It's so cute when the Magasu warrior tries to get super aggro, like that's gonna help a lot. Oh, right, hold on. Sorry, Yoki, I've gotta take care of some business. Alright, where were we? Okay, 43. Yeah, I mean, that was a horn shot, dude. So I got a back shot and a horn shot, so 22. Honestly, I don't think charging it does anything for you. I have a bad habit of, like, using the other spirit briefly and then trying to switch back and having it, like, not fucking happen. And still being on the wrong one. So, it's so dumb that that does full damage with no charge. You know what's even more dumb? The fact that he got away with that shit twice. I can't get away with that shit. Cheating sack of bastards. Okay, yeah, we're done with those. God damn it.
About to say, are you ever gonna act like you know I'm here?
Oh my god, why? I've got an itch on my nose that's like really fucking with me now, dude.
Sure, I got time to fuck this guy up. Yep. For a second, I thought it was gonna migrate to the left, and I was like, Jesus, y'all really wanted to make this one easy on me. Oh, right, we're done with those. What did I... Okay.
It's so silly that those two can notice you from this side. Like, for what, bro? Like, what are you gonna do about it? Oh. Well done. It won't be the last time that we're up here, I don't care. Oh, god damn everything to hell, dude. This is still not going to be the last opportunity, so whatever. Color me very deeply irritated, however. What color is that? I don't know. Wait, I always forget, where exactly does this go? Right. That's not useful. All right. Oh wait, is it... Would it have been useful if I had just gone back in there? Oh. I really could use some better routing here in general, because I'm not, like, fully certain. So, like, I would have come down right here, and then you can circle up here, and then enter the... I mean, this is basically where that ladder is. And somehow Kinky doesn't know I'm here. Deeply unobservant big guy. So I'm noticing that this transition, the high stance transition out of that, is super weak, and the low stance transition is really strong. What a very strange, unexpected set of circumstances that, because like you would definitely expect it to be the other way around. Hi, buddy. Rude. Damn it. Let's see how this goes. I'd say it went relatively well. Though I don't necessarily think it was a good idea so much as it just turned out good. Right, we still have a hellish hag up here that is just doing everything that she can to be a pain in the ass. She's still trying to fall down in this fucking pit, dude. Like, that's gotta be the worst thing about all the enemies in this game, is they do genuinely seem to try their best to fall into holes and shit. Good aim. Yeah, it really does look like the longer charge just means more range. Are you fucking serious, dude? Are you serious, dude? Get out of here with that shit. Oh, right. Where's my all inventory? Not my newest shit, what? Here's what we'll do. We'll drop all of these purple equips, and we'll pick up everything that we can over here. Wow. You know what's funny is, like, I've been playing a little bit of V Rising, and I keep on, like, my brain keeps on tricking itself into using... Because, like, I don't know if you've ever played V Rising, but under normal circumstances, the right stick, like, directs, like, it tells the game which direction to attack in. So in order to get it to manipulate the camera, you have to hold L2. And I've been doing that. Anyway, so, whatever, I don't really need the purples. Man, if only anima bonus damage taken was, like, any fucking good. It's not. It's really, really hyper trash, but... Ranged weapon hit is shit. Especially since the cumulative damage bonus works on it, so... There's genuinely not a reason in the world to give a fuck about anima bonus range damage hit. I don't know about Timely Guard though, but like, I don't think that would matter, because like, look, okay, so if this would trigger every time that you block anything in like the Timely Guard window, then this anima bonus could actually be really fucking good. But if it would only trigger on things that, like for instance, like if it would only trigger on like actual parries that are Timely Guard related, then like for instance, I can only think of what the Sword, Kusa, and Tonfa would be the only ones that would be able to do it against... Well, no, that's not true. The Odachi as well. But the Odachi would be able to do it against yokai in general, and the other three would only be able to do it against humans. And I guess every weapon would be theoretically capable of doing it on Timely Guard Deflect Projectile, with the exception of if you have the Timely Guard reaction on the hammer, I think, which is, it's only on mid stance, I think, is the thing where you like spin out of the way and it makes you able to do the hold triangle attack right away. But like if it reacts up, if it gives you that bonus on anything that's blocked in that window, then Anima bonus Timely Guard could actually be pretty sick. I see, like, what is that one affected by a status enhancement? For me, that's pretty much always. But like, how high can Anima Charge Enhanced get? Like, I see a 3.7 right there. Because that would have to exceed, what, 12.5% in order to beat out Anima Charge Bonus and Rita Gauge. And super efficient yokai abilities, like... The blue one is worse than the white one, and I still don't know why... Like, there's got to be some aspect to that I don't understand. But what I do understand is that takes, like... So the super efficient yokai abilities conflicts with anima bonuses, so you can't have both. But, like, the percentile that it reduces the cost of using soul cores is so 2.6%. I'm pretty sure at maximum that peaks at like 4.1. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. I still don't know why my... So you see the little picture on the right? And that's the golden room, right? Well, I call it the golden room. I don't even know what that is. Yokai shift build. Oh, I hate the yokai shift. I find that shit to be super boring, so no. Like, that's just one step removed from, like, those magic builds where you just run around throwing lightning bolts at stuff and hitting them for 20k damage a pop. Like, why would you want to... Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you run such a boring build? But yeah, that picture on the right is bugged. And it's like that on every... Like, I've got other Yuki... I've got other Yuki... Yeah. Like, every single one of my scrolls that has Yuki on it, you look at the right, that is not where you fight Yuki. And I don't know why these are bugged. I can tell you exactly when it happened, though. There was, It was in the actual mission stage where you fight the doppelganger at the end. And there was a red grave right next to, well, not right next to the boss room. There's like the boss room right here, and then there's this little nook, right? That's right above the stairs that leads to that area. And there was a red grave there that had a scroll, and it was my first ever instance of finding a revenant with a scroll of the damned. But it was a scroll of the damned with Yuki. And I don't remember what the aspects at the top was, but it was the first time I ever saw the golden room as the icon on the right, and I was like, "That you can't fight Gyoki in that room, can?" I thought at first maybe it's something like that room, except massive, to fight Yuki in, and maybe it's different because it's a scroll of the damned. No. Not at all. Don't know why it's like that. Don't know what in the hell it did, but it bugged out my fucking inventory. I mean, thankfully it didn't change anything that matters. But, like, it still... It weirds me out. I don't like it. It kind of makes me wonder if the person who I got the scroll from maybe, like, hacked their shit. Armor of exotic or better. Okay. Given that you ended up saying yoga shift instead of yokai, I'm gonna guess you're on mobile, aren't you? Because that has autocorrect written all over it. Yeah. It's sort of like, I mean, that's like the classic, like when you see something like that's so ducking stupid. Like you immediately, as soon as you see ducking, you're like, oh. I know exactly what happened here. Anyways, I'm gonna grab some more coffee and I'll be back.
Broken. But here's the... Oh, yeah, check this out. No, come on. Hold on. Hold on. We can do this. This is doable. What's up? Oh, Jesus.
I love it.
I guess that hand wasn't so killer. It's totally possible to do that mid-fight. I just don't know quite how to do it.
This fucking game, man. What? Why are you alive?
So when I closed it, it saved the settings from that version. Hey, could you do an attack? Yo, the map is gone. That was... Oh man, that was so good.
Sweet Jesus, that was so worth it. What? Okay. Sure thing, lady. What? Wait, how was that a deflection? What? Demon Undercut doesn't do that, does it? Ah! Oh, Jesus. Arena is set in stone. Bruh! That was so good. Why did I not get hit by that? What the hell?
Can't wait to get behind this wheel.
Wow. That poor guy. I just fucked his shit up. Not only did he lose his car, but he got, like, rolled over by it multiple times.
Oh my god, he was stuck on me. He's like glitched out, dude. He was stuck on the rubble in a fucking goofy ass position.
Dude, and my crit chance with these is absurd. Good fucking job, my dude. Oh my god.
If I like point out the wrong dude. I don't know, you got this dude just kind of hanging out in a park with a meat cleaver and he's just dancing around with it, and this dickhead's got a big ass knife. It's always the dude in the suit. I mean, I didn't actually ask for answers, but thanks, I guess. I love how this guy got stuck on this pole. He ain't going nowhere.
What the shit happened?
Okay. Interesting.
She has a rocket stuck to her hand. She has a rocket stuck to her hand. Okay, you know what? Let's have some fun, Claw Man. Hello? Did I break him? I did. He is broken. Oh my god. Oh wow, he will. I fixed him. You've been fixed. Now let's fight. Why is he trying so hard to go back? What a jackass.
I am back. You know what, let's raise this a little. Okay. But yeah, man, you should see the way that Slick Panda plays. Slick Panda does very, very, very little soul core use. And he even goes as far as like minimizing how many active skills he uses. He likes to try to play the melee game. He's here on Twitch. Here, I'll I mean, he might have a YouTube, I don't know, but I know that he's here on Twitch. He's definitely better at this game than I am. Like, 100%. You know what, Original appearance. Wait, so the... Oh, it's Underworld. Underworld 69, fighting Senior Nobunaga. Ah, come on. Now, I used to have a route on this. I genuinely do not remember what I'm doing in this area at all. It's been so long since I fucked around with this. Ah, come on. Well, that didn't last much longer anyway. Well, there goes one down. But yeah, that right there, that's my style, is to just be like, oh, she's coming after me with these combo attacks. I'll just super armor through that. Because why wouldn't I? You're kidding! I managed to whip. Whatever, it worked out. It was just way sloppier than I would have liked. Oh. I was on the wrong goddamn thing again, dude. Shit. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, is this just a fucking aberrant? I will get in there and deal with the rest of that in a minute. Annoying. That's one Soul Core Nupeppo that I'd really like to find some way to make him like fun and useful. Berserk status is an interesting thing. It increases your attack power, maybe your key attack power as well. I don't really remember because it's been a while since I fucked around with it. But he also makes your key use go up a lot. It's like a 50% increase, something like that. Or maybe it's 1/3. I don't quite remember how the math works out. All I know is that if you have about a 50% melee key reduction, bruh, then you can cancel it out entirely. Well, I don't. I don't have that. I'm not even sure I had that much with Shinasuhiko. Bird on bird violence. Right, Nobunaga. That was 69. Tonfa. What we got next? Pervading Waters with Hatchets. And then we've got another... Dude, we've got 2 back-to-back main missions with Hatchets. And they are... far as I know, they are the back-to-back main missions in, like, the actual storyline. Nope. I'm incorrect. There is one in between. What was this? This isn't Dawn, huh? Both of them are. Nice. Okay. My dude's just standing there taking demon undercuts. Good job. About to say, that dude's head just come off. That's really silly if that happened, and it didn't, but it could have. I wouldn't put it past this game at all. A little bit earlier. Very efficient. No need to get fancy. There is this, like, area right here that I genuinely don't understand why they even bothered to add that to the map. Because, like, for what? I honestly feel like there's no problem Dweller can't help with in this game. Like, I mean, you may not always need his help, but there's just he's always useful. He's always fucking useful, dude. There was a point in time when I really wanted to get rid of Dweller because I felt like Dweller was making the game too easy. That's how fucking good Dweller is. Like, see, right there, just the fact that I forced this guy to dodge means that I got a follow-up attack without him ever having a chance to regain ki. A Dweller didn't even have to hit him! It's so good. Just the fact that he's like some prick that's hanging out on the battlefield for 3 long strikes is good enough. Because they can't just act like he's not there. Isn't this one of the times when, if you talk to him a number of times, he'll give you something? No. This is not one of those times. It's over! It will never not be hilarious to me how many people underestimate the amazing powers of Dweller. Oh, I could have sworn. It was probably a Kodama or something back there, right? Once upon a time. It's so dumb. Back to the PvP thing, the thing that I just did, that would likely be possible in PvP. PvP in this would have been a total mess. Unrecoverable shit show, says I. Oh. What? I dodged, but sure. Let's do this. No. Scroll of a Nioh. Real talk, I don't know how he got confused. I'm like, what in the hell happened here? Oh, okay. Well, that fight's over. Nice call. Bruh, what? It's so stupid, what? My fingies is getting cold. You know what that means? That means it's gonna be dance time soon. I ain't fucking with y'all. Sure. You little shit. What is he fighting over here? Obodo Gudama? Yeah. This dude's over here getting bodied by a single skeleton. Like, look, I get it to an extent. They didn't want the NPC allies to be too good. But like, guys, there was like, we're in no danger of them being considered good at all. They're hyper trash. They're super extra shit. If anything, they're a burden. Them being present is a problem. That's a far cry away from we didn't want them to be too good. Like, the best thing an NPC ally ever does in this game is provide a distraction. I may or may not have just shot that man in the junk. Oh, well, there he goes. Jesus. Okay, that was definitely my mishandling of this. Oh my god, camera, why is it even possible for that to happen? This game needs camera mechanics like God Hand has, bruh. You'd rarely see people use the hatchets. That's because they're not really good. Like, they're not bad. Like, I want to be real clear when I make a claim like that, that there's not any weapon in this game that I think is just bad. However, the hatchets are really only decent if you are prepared to throw a lot. Because if you're not throwing them, they really don't have that much potential. And, like, it's real weird. Like, the people that really do love their hatchets will, like, they argue against that point in the silliest ways. Like, when I say that, like, you really do have to get into throwing your hatchets to get the full potential out of them. A lot of them will argue as though I said, none of the melee on hatchets matters at all, you have to throw things all the time, and that's not what I'm saying. But, like, when you look at, like, all of the different attacks that the hatchets have, an alarmingly large number of them are throws. And some of them are throws that don't look like they are. That move is bad. You shouldn't use it. This is a throw. These are all basically the same attack, so I'm not going to count that as 3 different throws, but that's a throw. Believe it or not, this is a throw. This is a throw. This attack is not nearly as good as it looks like it would be, though I do think I have it set up. This is a throw. This is actually a decent melee attack. This is a decent melee attack. That's a throw. That's a throw. That's a decent parry. That's a throw. That's a throw. That's a throw. Oh, yeah. This is not a throw, and neither is the follow-up, but it is an aerial attack, which I'm not a big fan of. Oh, hey, that's a throw. This is a throw. This is a throw. See what I'm saying? Like, almost all of them, it's a very, very throw-centric weapon. So if you're not prepared to do a whole lot of throwing, that's a hybrid. It's both melee and throw. But if you're not prepared to do a lot of throwing, that's a throw, then you're really not gonna get shit out of this. That's also a hybrid melee and throw. Anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is that if you're into melee, then you're really not going to be a Hatchet fan. And honestly, even though they should be of equal attack power to my other shit, they are the weakest weapons I have. I don't know why. I would love to know why. Mathematically speaking, I don't understand why their damage output is so, like, piddly. But yeah, the TLDR is, yeah, there's some fucking problems with the hatchets. There's reasons why you don't see people use them often. You little shit. But I've got another mission to do with the hatchets right behind this one, too. I will say, though, I'd rather use the hatchets than the Odachi. The Odachi is just too brain dead for me. Oh, was in the wrong stance. That could explain some shit. Okay, we are full. Also, like, the hatchets have just, like, problems with the game mechanics in general. For instance, there are, like, this is one of your best tools in the whole hatchet lineup, is to throw something and then do that, what, Wild Surge or Wild Rush, whatever the hell it's called, where you dash forward and you just, like, drill. You just basically become, like, a blender for a brief moment. And, like, it's a really good attack. It's also incredibly unreliable. Camera, please. And like the biggest example of that attack being unreliable is like you'd think it would be a really great way to whoop up on like Kinky and One-Eyed Oni, but no, you're gonna zip right through them. Your attack will end up on the opposite side of the enemy. Which not only means that you wasted that effort, got nothing out of an opportunity to punish the enemy, but now your back is exposed. Yeah! Oh wow, what? That is some fucking garbage, dude. What? Can you tell I'm shocked? 'Cause I'm shocked. That was some fucking bullshit. Does he have, like, some unique property that disallows him from falling off of the platform? Because that was total nonsense. Like, these guys have, like, a special detection range. You know, because it's part of that scripted fight. So I'm not, like, surprised by that. But there's no excuse for the fact that that guy didn't fall off the platform. That was total bullshit. Okay, I'm annoyed, but whatever. I love this game, but sometimes game bad. Damn it. What the fuck is happening, dude? Oops, I missed one. You may notice that just about every time that I fight one of those guys, I switch over to my brute. And it's because, like, when his purple key is gone, he has an extraordinarily high likelihood to do a burst attack, and all of his burst attacks have massive, massive, massive wind-ups. So you can just empty his key and just be like, punch at him, and then wait for a second, and punch at him, and then wait for a second, and then punch at him. And I think by probably the fourth one, if he hasn't done it. Can't see shit. Then he's probably going to recover, but he just about always does it, so. I will say of all of the burst grapples where you do the grapple in yokai form, I do prefer brute. I don't know why. It's simple but to the point. I fumbled the controller so hard right there. If it weren't for the fact that Dweller hangs out for a year, that would not have worked out. And block. You're kidding. So here's my 0 key reaction in case I decide to cheat, I guess. Fuck you. So Ubume goes down when she loses her purple key, not her max key. But right there, she just decided that she was not going to follow the rules, and she's going to do whatever the fuck she wants. Yay! Like, look, man, I'm okay with following a harder rule set where I do have to knock out her max key, but can we just be, I don't know, consistent? Oh no! The darniest. Get out of here, buddy. What? Ah, God, shooting in this game is shit. Okay. Now we've got a human mini-boss. Who should not be a problem in the least. Sure. Okay. God, it would be real nice if the hatchets didn't suck. Bruh. Like, with a good weapon, this guy is a baby-back bitch. He's like a whipping boy. He's an embarrassment. And then have to fight him with the hatchets. So garbage, so trash. So freaky. Bad, dumb, awful reference literally no other person is gonna get. Cool. I literally was doing everything I could not to knock him off the platform. Fucking hell, man. Thankfully, Gyuki's just a big, stupid, whipping bitch. Hey, I never said that you were allowed to do anything. I can't get past his big dumb arm. Look, the dirty little secret against Yuki is just don't fucking target anything. If you don't target anything, he's hilariously simple. Just no lock on and just tickle that belly until he falls over.
What's...
Hey, this is a minor nuisance, like a minor complaint that I have with Nioh 2, but like there are a lot of conversations with NPCs that they break up into multiple actions. Like, right there, she shows up, right? You interact with her, and she says, "Listen up, Hanbei's dead," and then it exits the conversation script, and then you have to interact with her again for her to be like, "I can't believe it," blah 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 blah, and then the stage ends. Why wasn't, instead of that being two separate lines, like 2 lines of text and then 2 lines of text again? Why wasn't it just 4 lines of text and then exit? That is completely unnecessary. for it to force me to interact with her again. It's dumb. And it's in like, if it was just that one instance, it would be like, who gives a shit? But like, it's a lot of instances. It happens a lot. There's like several instances where you have to talk to the same person like 4 or 5 times in a row before it will progress, and there's not a good explanation for that. Alright, it's very cold in here, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a break, eat something, and then we're gonna... a small something, so it won't take that long, but I'm gonna take a break and eat a small something. And I'm gonna come back with some dance game, because... what the hell? It's fun and it's good for me, damn it. By the way, here soonish, it's like 4 days from now, right? On the 15th, through at least the 19th. Maybe more, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna be gone. Like, there's not going to be a lot of, like, there's going to be no streaming, at least through the 15th to the 19th, because we're going to be busy all day, every day, and also we're not going to be here. So, I will, however, like, you see the photography, you see the pictures that I'm capable of taking. We're going to be going to 3 extremely historic locations, like two towns in this area that are extraordinarily old. And I say in this area, it's not very close. And we're also going to go to a ghost town that is even older than those places. And I'm going to be tagging those motherfuckers up with my camera, so there's going to be a lot more of these pictures in the background to work with. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to take a break, eat something, we'll be back soon. See you then. What the fuck was that? Okay.
Yo, how did I not get hit? How did that not hit me? That's some bullshit. I just, like, cheated the system.
I was gonna say nothing to menace me, but it's not like anything in this stage was particularly dangerous to me anyway. Where are you going? No, really, what in the hell were you doing? Bruh.
Are they making a baby car right now?
Press F to piss. Yo, best video game ever, 10 out of 10. Damn, man. Okay. There's a bunny. Man. Horrible. That's what I was thinking. I think this is supposed to be creepy.
I love it. I'm getting some, like, Evil Dead vibes here because I think that this is supposed to be creepy, but instead I think it's hilarious. Yo, what's up, Bunnyman? No, don't flip away. Come back. I need your acrobatics in my life. Right? Like I said, I'm pretty sure. What? Yo! Suddenly we fall out. No, but really, what? Oh my god, dude. Okay. I love this, but for none of the reasons that they designed it. What the fuck? Can I pick that back up? Boom. I harmed me and I don't think it mattered. I guess we're not meant to meet the big meanie until after it. Are you serious? What the fuck?
I'm gonna get both of you out of there. Hold on.
The lever over there.